Matt, how do you address competitors when you're having a professional discussion with a prospect?
I don't bring the competitors up. Okay, I just don't. And a lot of times people do that because they're like, I want to get ahead of my competitors, so I'm going to talk SHI, you know what about them? Well, I have my time. My grandfather, I come from a very long line of poor people. I'm the most successful person in the lineage of my family by far. Hopefully I won't ever be because I'm training my kids. My grandfather drove a bus in Boston, and he used to tell me, Matthew, don't argue with a crazy person because from a distance you can't tell who's who. Don't argue with a crazy person because from a distance you can't tell who's who. So let's not bring up our competitors. Now, when somebody else brings up your competitor, how are you guys different from XYZ? Don't just jump into oh, I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you how we're different from XYZ. Calmly, coolly, collectively, let's say it's JV, right? Jason, when you say, how are we different from XYZ, can you give me a specific example of what you were looking for? Yeah, on your billing. What exactly about the billing? Are you guys month to month or are you a 3-year? Yeah, just out of curiosity, we're month to month. Just out of curiosity, why do you ask? Well, they're 3-year. Right? How is a 3-year a problem for you? It's a real problem for us because we were burned in the past with long-term contracts. When you say we're burned in the past, can you give me a specific example of what happened? Right? Usually that question is baited. If it's not, and they're just like, I just want to check the box and no, it's probably not that qualified of a buyer. Also, even if it is qualified, and they say, hey, how are you different than your competition? And I say, can you give me a specific example of why you ask what you're looking for? And they're like, I don't know, just in general. Easiest answer in general, I understand that you guys have 72 locations right now. You want to get to 114. What's holding you back, number one, it's the heat in Arizona. I couldn't agree with you more. I had family in Tucson. Stay away from Tucson in August, okay? But once that cools down, you're going to be out there. You're going to be looking at real estate. You're going to be adding an additional 14 stores here before the end of 2014, and you need a merchant services provider that's going to make sure that those stores are up and running, that there's not any difficulties with those stores, and that you're using the cash discount that we had talked about, able to recapture up to 3%, giving you the top line revenue to open those additional 14 stores ahead of schedule and under budget. That's how I'm different. So I understand what's going on here. Right? I mean, I realize it's only my first day with the company, but I feel like I've got a pretty good handle. Does all that match what you need? Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. Did I miss anything? No. Does it make sense for us to move forward with me powering all 72 stores onwards and upwards to 114? Right? How I'm gonna, the number one, if you're not gonna give me a specific example of how I'm different than, what you wanna know why I'm different, that means you're not hunting, nobody planted a grenade for me to fall on. I'll fall on the grenade, I'm still going to win the sale. If they're like, I don't know, I just want to know what's different, you're going to focus on you because they buy you first. They don't buy the solution. They don't buy the company. They buy you. And they buy your understanding. Every day in every way, somebody is overpaying for a solution that's not as good because the sales rep understands what the hell is going on, and that is worth it all day, every day. I'll pay twice as much for a sales rep, a real estate professional, or gosh darn it, dare I say, a doctor that has taken the time to learn what the hell is going on in my world and where I want to go. You could have the rusty, it sounds terrible. You could have a rusty scalpel. I'm still going to let you operate on me if you understand what's going on. If you don't, I don't care if you've got lasers, right? You don't understand that I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu and I need my neck to actually flex to do something that I want to continue to do until I'm 90 years old, right? How are you different than other neck surgeons? Well, Matt, let me just... I don't know, can you give me a specific example? No, I'm going down to Kaiser and this place and that. Let me just, I'm happy to help you whether you go with me or not. Here's where I would say I'm different. I understand you're in jiu-jitsu. I understand you're a black belt. I also understand you're 52 years old. You've got some atrophy in those discs. A lot of people are probably going to recommend a fusion. I wouldn't recommend that. In fact, I'm not going to do it if you ask me to do it, not at this moment in time. Because the juice is not worth the squeeze. You're not going to be able to move your neck. They might not tell you this, But you're either going to have to quit jiu-jitsu or you're going to leave because of the significant pain or your inability to compete in your sport. You want to keep doing your sport? I want you to keep doing your sport. I understand that. I'm confident. I've done 1,000 of these surgeries, and I have no doubt that we can make this work for you. The recovery time will be a little bit painful, but we'll get through it, and you'll be back on the mats within 4 months. Does it make sense for us to schedule the surgery? Hell yes, it does. That's how we're different than the competitions. We're going to understand their current situation, where they're going to go. We're not going to sugarcoat things. We're going to articulate it back to them. I'm not sure if it's for you, but if you work in sales and you absolutely positively have to double or triple the amount of money you're making in order to truly enjoy your life, click the link here. My name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University. It's the most effective sales coaching in the world. Click the link here. Check it out. You're going to see we'll give you access to an on-demand learning portal that's going to give you video coaching with me on everything you need to know to double or triple your income, or even more. Everything from prospecting to closing to handling objections and complaints to building your personal network and self-confidence. But it doesn't stop there. Click the link here. You're going to see that when you get a membership to Easton University, you're also going to have the ability to do live coaching with me twice a week. You can ask me any questions. We can work through anything you're struggling with. I will be there with you every step of the way to help you double your income in sales right now. Click the link now. You're going to see we've helped thousands of people just like you, and we have the video testimonials from them to prove it. Easton University is more than a learning portal. It's more than live coaching with me. It's your future, and you and your future are worth it. Click the link now. I'll see you at Easton University.